Good afternoon. I believe I'm up and running here. This is your friendly DM, Bilbo, bringing you another product review. This time here, Revenge of the Horde by Nord Games. First off, I love this book as a DM, and before I get into the meat of the book, I want to say what I love most about the book and what I probably will use the most from the Revenge of the Horde. Without a doubt, it is a variety of humanoid stat blocks. I love the stat builds that they've built here. Without a doubt, it's going to be helpful for any DM's toolbox, and so I would say if you're looking for great stat builds for a variety of humanoids, this is definitely a great book to get. I have backed Nord Games treasure decks, which should be coming out anytime soon here. Should be getting those. I believe they're like a 2-week delay right now. But they should be coming out here soon. And I also backed their Wandering Monster decks, which their Kickstarter ends Monday, June 19th. So if you haven't gone out there and checked that out on Kickstarter, go out, back them if you haven't already. The Wandering Monster deck was fully funded, I think, the first day, maybe even the first few hours that they launched, and they had a goal of $2,500. Last time I checked, they were at $26,000, which is crazy. To me, that means people have had to been impressed with their past Kickstarters. And so now let's go ahead and talk about the book, The Revenge of the Horde. And I will kind of break down. I have some notes here in front of me just to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything here. So I'll go ahead and crack open the book here just a little bit. Whoa. And excuse for the noise that you may hear upstairs, a bunch of little gremlins running around. My wife runs a daycare. I got home a little early. Figured I'd pump out a video here on the Revenge of the Horde before my weekend started to become very crazy. So there are 9 monstrous races in the book. You have Bugbears, Gnolls, Goblins, Hobgoblins, Kobolds, Ogres. Now their new race is, I believe it's called Okiti. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's spelled O-K-I-T-I, and it is like a Ratman race. I really like it. There's also Orcs, of course. I have the Orcs and Trolls. And each monster, just kind of I'll go through here, and I'll push this up a little bit so you can get pictures, some of the artwork here in the book, which is really nice as well. Well done. So first here we have the Bugbears, and they kind of just go into a brief explanation of Bugbears, and each monster has a breakdown of their culture, their environment, role-playing, combat tactics, languages, and common names. So each of those have that kind of broken down into each page. There is also and these are now going forward too. These are going to be some great things for your toolbox. And sorry, just having a little computer issue there. Anyways, there's first off we have here the challenge ratings for Warband breakdowns. So you have your 1 through 4 all the way through your 17 through 20 breakdown of different troops that you can send against your parties. And so this is really helpful in the sense trying to figure out that challenge rating, what your party can face. And here you can, if you want it random, you can roll a d8, or you can just look and see, okay, this is what I want my party to face. And like I said, next is what I said I love. My favorite thing of the book. And this is the variety of stat blocks for each of the races, like the Bugbear Archer here, the Gutter Gnoll Pack Leader, it's the Forest Goblin Shaman, the Hobgoblin Pikeman, the Dragon Kobold Wizard, the Ogre Collector, the Orc Battleborn, and there's a variety of Trolls, and many more other troop types in here. This reminds me of the 4th edition. The one thing I really liked about 4th edition, maybe loved, I would say, even though I didn't really play it or DM it that much, was the multiple troop types that you could use, in your game, and to have a variety instead of saying, "Oh, here's the same goblins." I always try to spice it up when I'm running, usually with even my figures that have a variety of weapons. I'll say, oh, this one's got a mace in his, hand, or this one's got a short sword. Here we really go into a breakdown of several different types. Now, this is just, like I said, here's just the Bugbears, but I believe there's 8, if not more. Yeah, so this one, I believe there's about 11 different builds on Bugbears, and so to me, right there, that's a huge value as a dungeon master to use as your toolbox. You have stat blocks. It's going to break up the variety of the groups or your games. They also talk about weapons, armor, items, what they're carrying for each of the blocks. There's also, you have trinkets, you have layer details, you have tribe examples. Those are all things that are covered in here. And here you have the Gnolls, and just a variety of Gnolls. Kind of get to the back. I'm not going to go through every page and every race. However, these are the Kobolds here. It wouldn't be right if I didn't stop. There's the Ogres. Here, is the Ogre Collector. It's pretty cool. I love all the artwork they've done here in the book as well. But this here is the Okiti. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Maybe Nord Games will come back to me and say this is how you actually pronounce it. I love this. It's almost, to me, like from 3.5, where you could play a were creature. And one of my players actually played, and we called him a rat man. And even in his human form, he really role played well, as a rat man, even though he was kind of human, but we did the whiskers and everything. And here, it's a full blown out, 3 to 4 foot rat, that could live in port cities underneath and that's exactly what we did, is we had them living, a tribe of these rat men living underneath a port city. And so it's beautiful that Nord Games captured this and put this in the game. It'll definitely be used in my game, and there's player options here too. I should say that. There's talks about the players, what players can play. They can't do the ogres or trolls. Ogres, they're just too stupid. There's also some appendices here in the book. First off, the Beast of the Horde. So it goes a variety of beasts that different creatures will have, in the sense of the wargs. There's some, a variety, a couple different things here. I believe is the tools of the Horde. There's playable races. There's also in the back here. Yeah, sure enough, I scroll to it. Perfect. There's layer maps. There's 10 different maps that you could use for a variety of your games. If you're looking for inspiration, or you're just in a quick hurry, and you don't do a lot of prep for your game, or you don't build maps. For me, I love maps, I really do, but I don't spend a lot of time now working on them. I'd rather take a map from something like this or adventure, and then scale it out, draw it out as needed for my game, since we use miniatures. So, really love the book. Very happy with the book. It wouldn't be right, I just want to make sure, if I didn't talk a little bit about this bad boy. So there's, Volos, A Guide to Monsters. I want to say this right away. They're two different books. I feel without a doubt the Revenge of the Horde here can complement Volo's Guide with the Goblinoid section. Volo's Guide, without a doubt, you can get inspired as a DM, creating a great story for your players with any of the Goblinoids in here. Then you can take the Revenge of the Horde to flesh out your warbands the party may face, and have a variety of different troop types. This will keep it fresh for your players and you as a DM. You're going to be able to grab a lot of information from Revenge of the Horde, and like I said, it's a toolbox, and it says, right here, Game Master's Toolbox right on the top. Without a doubt, that's what their products seem to do. Even with the treasure decks that will be coming out, why I did that is because it's a tool, and that I can reference, be inspired by, as well as the Wandering Monster decks that they're putting out. The same thing is just for inspiration or quick, easy reference for you as a dungeon master, especially if you don't do a lot of prep time. The lazy dungeon master probably loves anything that you can put out like this quick. You can get your game going in a hurry. If you have a really well planned out campaign for one of the Goblinoid races, boom, you have this. You have Volo's Guide to Monster. You can get inspired. You create your whole campaign around a Goblinoid race, and then use the Ultimate Bestiary, the Revenge of the Horde, together. I really think they complement each other. Glad that I got this book here yesterday. It showed up, reviewed it all last night, and exactly what I was hoping that I was going to get from it, I got. And now I'll be able to tie both of these books together as going forward for my next campaign that I'm building. And as I mentioned when I reviewed Volo's Guide, I've done this. One of my co-DMs has done this, where we could have wrote Volo's Guide because we've done those types of campaigns featured around a certain humanoid or multiple layers of the humanoids and how they're involved. And with both of these books now can take a lot off the dungeon master in the sense of creation, make it a lot quicker, and have some great stories and have great inspiration. So said, hopefully you'll take a look out there on. You can go to their website, Nord Games, and if you like I said, just go out there and take a look at this. It also comes in PDF. I'm a big book person. I love books. I want to have them. I have every probably 3.5 book out there, as well as if you look back behind me, the old first Monster Manual, the First Fiend Folio, the Deities and Demigods. I've had those books forever since I've been playing back in the 70s. So I love the books, love the hardcover books. But I also do PDFs. But it's cheaper, if you want a PDF, buy the PDF right online. You're going to have it in front of you. If you want the book, I believe I think it's about $40. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a little less. But you can go out their website and take a look. Like I said, also the Wandering Monster deck out there on Kickstarter. Go take a look at it. It's really cool. It's just not going to have, it's going to have the Monster Manual, it's going to have Tome of Beasts, and I think it's going to have the Revenge of the Horde out there as well. So you're going to have a variety that you can choose from and build certain decks out there. So with that, I am going to go ahead and sign out. I hope this has been helpful. Please like, subscribe. If you like this type of review, I will be doing some more reviews coming forward here in the next couple of days. It was just my birthday, so I've had some gifts arrive, and I plan to do some reviews, product reviews of a couple of different things that I have received. And like I said, if you really like this, go ahead, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them. I promise I will get back to you and let you answer any question I can about Revenge of the Horde or anything in the sense of when it comes to dungeon mastering Dungeons and Dragons. With that, this is your friendly Dungeon Master Bilbo signing out. Remember, it's cool to be a geek. Pass it on. Have a great weekend.